All right, here we go. Second half of the class. Since we've already practiced working on the vocab that we've been working on, now a little bit of new vocab. If you turn to your vocab sheet, Lección 4, the lugares, the places that you'll see in the middle column towards the bottom, los lugares. Let's just go through actually the two little boxes that are above and below that first. Since they're also with the numero 27 with them. Two adjectives, deportivo, repitan deportivo, y favorito. Notice these are adjectives, so if I want to talk about my favorite sport, mi deporte favorito, my favorite teacher, mi profesora favorita, es la profesora McDonald, however you want to finish that statement. Make that agree with what you're referring to. Same thing for deportivo. It's clear that you see the word deportes in there. So, so for example, las revistas deportivas would be, sports-related magazines, or that's the only word I can think of right now that you guys know that you would want to use that word deportivo with, but revistas deportivas. And then towards the bottom there, you see these two little words, the with me and with you phrase. First of all, with me, repitan conmigo, contigo. So if I swim with you, yo nado contigo. You swim with me, tú nadas conmigo. You can use those conmigo, contigo. Then let's go back to the middle of those two boxes then, and let's pronounce those words in the lugares category. So here's the first one, el café, la capilla. Notice it rhymes with tortilla, right? La capilla. El centro, el cine. Looks like the word cinema. It's a nice little close connection to that word. El gimnasio. Watch the G sound. El gimnasio. Next one, la iglesia. El lugar. El museo. El parque. La piscina. La plaza. El restaurante. Okay, now on the screen you'll see I have some questions that you guys can use with those places. So I'm going to click them all up here just so you can see all of them at once, because I want you to see that what they all have in common. They all have ¿a dónde vas cuando quieres? Notice they all start with that. To where do you go when you want to do that thing? So let's do the first one. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres comer un sándwich? Answer that question for me. Okay, it should sound like yo voy al café o yo voy al restaurante cuando quiero comer un sándwich. Remember the al becomes that al. Yo voy al restaurante, yo voy al café. Next one. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres ver arte de unos pintores famosos? Yo voy al museo cuando quiero ver arte de unos pintores famosos. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres andar en patineta? There's a few that might work for this one. Yo voy al centro, maybe. Yo voy a la plaza. Yo voy al parque cuando quiero andar en patineta. Okay, next question. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres nadar? Yo voy a la piscina cuando quiero nadar. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres practicar básquetbol? Yo voy al gimnasio cuando quiero practicar básquetbol. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres ver una película? Yo voy al cine cuando quiero ver una película. I think I have one more. There it is. ¿A dónde vas cuando quieres cantar y hablar con Dios? Dios is God. Yo voy a la iglesia cuando quiero cantar y hablar con Dios. O posiblemente yo voy a la capilla o a la iglesia. Okay, next slide. Okay, remember last time, before you guys left, we were talking about stem changing verbs that have the EA sound. So, cerrar, cierro, pensar, pienso, comenzar, comienzo, querer, quiero. Same thing, and we talked about these. These were in the story that we learned when we put them all together too. But there's another type of stem changing verb that is the UE kind. So instead of EA sounds, you're going to have UE sounds. As before, I'm going to put it with a visual and also with a action. So I would like you to act out the idea of eating lunch. Almorzar is to eat lunch. There on the bottom right side of your vocab sheet. You can follow along with that too. So kind of put up food to your mouth to act this action out. So almorzar, almuerzo. Repitan, por favor, as you do the action. Almorzar, almuerzo. Next one, contar cuento. We're going to count. It looks a little bit like counting, right? So, 1, 2, 3, put those fingers up. Contar cuento. Next one, dormir, duermo. Repitan. And act it out as well. And then here's the last one, which looks like the word encounter, right? It means to find something. You encounter it, you find it. So I'll say it. You guys can put up the binoculars. Say it as you repeat it. Encontrar, encuentro. All right, give me the action for cuento. Almuerzo. Encuentro. Duermo. Okay, let's go to the next slide. More of the same. We had videojuegos. So here's the verb to play. I play. So jugar juego, go ahead and mimic some sort of sport. Shoot a basketball, swing a bat, whatever. Jugar juego. Next one, mostrar, muestro, to show something. So just kind of display it off to the side here. Mostrar, muestro. Okay, the next one's super popular verb. We use it all the time because I am able, I can do something. So that word poder also means power, by the way. Kind of looks like the word power. So if I have power, I am able to do something. I can do something. It's when we say what I can do, maybe what I can't do. So poder, puedo. Just like Rosie, you're going to just put that bicep up there, flex that bicep. You can do it. Yes, you can. So poder, puedo, repitan. Usually you use it with the verb after it. So you say like, for example, yo puedo jugar tenis muy bien. I can play tennis really well. Yo puedo nadar muy bien. I can swim very well. So, poder, puedo. 2 more. To record in your brain is to remember something. So kind of point to your frontal lobe there. Recordar, recuerdo. And then the final one here, volver, vuelvo, to return. I just kind of with my finger, just like make a U-turn. So you're going back. So volver, vuelvo, repitan. Okay. So give me the action for mostrar, muestro. Recordar, recuerdo. Jugar, juego. Poder, puedo. Volver, vuelvo. Okay, notice again that they only change stem as to the IE verbs. The only time they change stem is for the 5 forms. So the only time it does not change stem is in the nosotros form. So, for example, juego, I play. Juegas, you play. Juega, he plays. And then we get to the nosotros form, jugamos, we play. No stem changer, no jue. You're going to keep the hu in there. So jugamos, they play. Juegan, juegan. So notice again, just the stem change 4 the 5 times, but on that nosotros form, no stem change. Let's finish up. Let's do a quick little practice with these verbs. If I would have been with you in class, I would have handed out to you and your partner one of those little wooden dice kind of things that have one of those subjects on each side. But I'm going to just do it with you here. I'm going to give you one of these new verbs. I just want you to hear the sound of it when it's got the stem change in there, or if it's the nosotros form, it won't. So let's start with the verb almorzar, to have lunch, to eat lunch. And I'm going to give you 2 subjects, and I want you to give me the form that you'd use for each one of those. So let's start with ella. What you should have said was, ella almuerza. She eats lunch. Ella almuerza. Ella almuerza conmigo. She eats lunch with me. Ella almuerza contigo. Perhaps she eats lunch with you. So you can do a whole bunch of stuff after that, but at least get used to the sound of these verbs. Okay, let's do one more with this one. Let's do tú. Tú almuerzas. Tú almuerzas. You eat lunch. Okay, let's move on to the verb contar, to count. Contar. Give me the form that is the nosotros form. Nosotros contamos. No stem change. Contamos. Give me the ellos form. Ellos cuentan. Ellos cuentan. Notice it says in the vocab sheet it can mean 2 things. It can mean to count, as in 1, 2, 3, 4. It can also mean to tell, as in like a story. You give an account of something, right? When something happened to me, I go home, I give you an account of that. So, cuento. All right, let's do the verb dormir, to sleep. So let's give me the form that is tú. Tú duermes. Tú duermes. Yo duermo. Okay, let's move on to the verb encontrar, to encounter, or we would probably say in English to find. How about nosotros? Nosotros encontramos. No stem change. How about ella? Ella encuentra. Encuentra. Let's do the verb jugar, to play. What about tú? Tú juegas. Tú juegas. Ellos. Ellos juegan. Ellos juegan. Mostrar, to show. Let's do the form of mostrar that is the usted form. Usted. Usted muestra. Muestra. Ue. Muestra. Yo. Yo muestro. Yo muestro. Poder. Let's add the verb swim with that. I can swim, she can swim, whoever can swim. So, nosotros. Nosotros podemos dormir. And then let's do yo. Yo puedo dormir. Actually, I should put a no in front of that one because yo no puedo nadar. Yo no puedo nadar muy bien. I'm really bad. Let's do the verb recordar, to record in your brain, to remember. Let's do tú. Tú recuerdas, recuerdas, y ella. Ella recuerda, recuerda. Last verb is the verb volver, to go back, to return. Let's do ellos. Ellos vuelven y él vuelve. Él vuelve a su residencia. Él vuelve a su casa. Él vuelve a su oficina. He returns to his office. He returns to his dorm. He returns to his house, wherever. All right, so there we go. That was an experiment. I may alter these videos in the future because it's a little cumbersome maybe, but I do want you to practice it. Each time you hear me say the things, every time I want you to orally do something, please, please, please practice that and do that also in that oral format. All righty.